Welcome back to our channel, Valuable Coins Hub. These rare states $quarter coins make people rich. Let's find out why don't miss out one of these who know a single coin make you rich. Number 1. Today we're exploring a special piece from the United States Mint, the 2000 Virginia quarter. This coin is part of the iconic 50-state quarters program, a series that celebrates each of America's states with unique and meaningful designs. But this quarter isn't just your everyday pocket change. For collectors and treasure hunters, the 2000 Virginia quarter holds a fascinating story, unique features, and potential value that you'll want to hear about. So, listen closely and enjoy the journey. The 2000 Virginia quarter honors the state known as the Mother of Presidents because 8 U.S. presidents were born there, including George Washington and Thomas Jefferson. The reverse design is truly captivating. It showcases the 3 ships, Susan Constant, Godspeed, and Discovery, that carried the first English settlers to Jamestown in 1607, America's first permanent English colony. You can see the ships sailing proudly above the words Jamestown 1607, with Virginia prominently displayed. This design captures a critical moment in American history and is a tribute to Virginia's role in the founding of the United States. It's a beautiful and meaningful coin that's popular with collectors for its historical significance and detailed artwork. Now, about rarity, here's the catch. The 2000 Virginia quarter was produced in vast numbers. Over 435 million coins struck for circulation alone. So just owning one doesn't mean you've found a rare treasure. However, what really sets coins like this apart in the collector world is condition and minting errors. Most quarters you find in your change have been circulated, meaning they have scratches, wear, and lose detail over time. But if you manage to find a 2000 Virginia quarter in uncirculated condition, especially one graded highly by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, it can be worth much more than face value. These pristine examples are sought after because they look almost brand new with all the intricate details crisp and sharp. But what really gets collectors excited are the minting errors. The 2000 Virginia quarter has a few known varieties that can boost its value dramatically. One of the most notable errors is the double die obverse, where the inscriptions and details on the front of the coin appear doubled. This kind of error is rare and highly prized because it's an unintentional mistake made during the coin's production. Other errors include off-center strikes, where part of the coin's design is missing due to the coin not being properly aligned during minting, and die cracks, which show up as raised lines on the surface caused by tiny cracks in the coin die. These errors add uniqueness and rarity to a coin, often making it much more valuable than a standard coined SO. What's the actual market value of the 2000 Virginia quarter? If you have a circulated coin, it's usually worth just its face value, 25 cents. But an uncirculated coin can be worth anywhere from $2 to $10, depending on the grade and condition. Proof coins, those specially struck coins for collectors, can go for around $15 to $20. If you're lucky enough to own an error coin, prices can really jump. Some double die or off-center strike varieties have sold for several $100s at auction, especially if they're in excellent condition. If you're searching through your collection or your pocket change, take a moment to inspect your 2000 Virginia quarters carefully. Look for signs of doubling, misalignment, or unusual raised lines. A magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe can help you spot these details more easily. To sum it up, the 2000 Virginia quarter is a piece rich with history and potential value. While most are common, the coin's condition and rare mint errors are what truly make it special for collectors. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, this quarter is definitely worth a second look. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this fascinating coin, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on future coin stories and valuable tips. Number 2, we're shining a spotlight on the 1999 Connecticut quarter, one of the first coins released in the famous 50-state quarters program. This quarter isn't just a piece of currency. It tells a story, and for collectors, it holds some surprising value that might make you want to check your change twice. So, stick around and listen closely, because this coin could be a hidden gem in your collection. The 1999 Connecticut quarter pays tribute to the Constitution state's rich history and contribution to America's foundation. On the reverse side, you'll see a charming design featuring the charter oak, a legendary symbol of freedom and independence. According to history, During a period when English authorities wanted to seize Connecticut's charter, colonists hid it inside the hollow of a mighty oak tree, the charter oak, to protect their rights. The image on the coin captures this historic moment perfectly, showing the mighty oak tree with the charter document and the date 1639, the year Connecticut's original constitution was established. This quarter is a beautiful blend of history and symbolism, which makes it a favorite among collectors and history buffs alike. Now, let's talk rarity and what makes this coin valuable. Like many state quarters, millions of these were minted, over 86 million in fact, so they are not extremely rare. However, condition plays a huge role. Circulated quarters, the ones you find in your pocket or change drawer, typically sell for face value, which is 25 cents. But if you come across an uncirculated Connecticut quarter, especially one graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services, the value can increase to anywhere between $5 to $20. These coins have sharp details, no scratches, and that beautiful mint luster collectors crave. What really catches the eye of serious collectors, though, are the minting errors. The 1999 Connecticut quarter has some fascinating error varieties that make certain coins incredibly valuable. For example, you might find coins with double die errors, where parts of the design, like the letters or numbers, appear doubled. This happens because of a misalignment during the minting process, and it's quite rare. There are also off-center strikes. Imagine a coin where the design is pushed off the center, cutting off part of the image or lettering. These errors make the coin stand out and are much sought after by collectors. Some coins even show die cracks, tiny raised lines caused by cracks in the metal die used to stamp the coins. These cracks create unique patterns on the coin's surface, making each one distinct. Now, how much are these coins really worth? A regular circulated Connecticut quarter from 1999 is worth its face value of 25 cents. An uncirculated coin, depending on the grade, can be worth between $5 and $20. Proof coins, special coins struck for collectors, can fetch anywhere from $20 to $50, depending on condition. When it comes to error coins, prices really jump. Some double die or off-center strike Connecticut quarters have sold for several $100s, especially if they're in excellent condition and authenticated by a grading company. If you're hunting for valuable quarters, always examine your coins closely. Use good lighting and a magnifying glass to spot doubling or misaligned designs. These details can transform a common coin into a rare collectible. To wrap things up, the 1999 Connecticut quarter isn't just pocket change. It's a piece of American history with potential for real collector value, especially if you find one in pristine condition or with a unique error. Number 3, we're diving deep into the world of one of the Lone Star State's shining stars, the 2004 Texas quarter from the United States Mint. This quarter is part of the celebrated America the Beautiful series, but it has its own unique charm and collector appeal that makes it much more than just a 25-cent piece. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about coin values, this video will give you the inside scoop on what makes the 2004 Texas quarter special, rare, and potentially valuable. So, listen carefully and get ready to add a little Texas pride to your collection. The design on the reverse of the 2004 Texas quarter is a tribute to the state's rich history and cultural heritage. You'll notice the iconic Alamo Mission, which stands tall in the background. This historic site symbolizes the fierce fight for independence that Texas is famous for. In the foreground, you'll see a majestic lone star, the symbol of Texas itself, representing courage and independence. The word Texas and the year 2004 are proudly displayed, along with 1836, the year Texas gained its independence from Mexico. This coin beautifully captures the spirit and pride of Texas history. Now, when it comes to rarity, here's what you need to know. Millions of these quarters were minted, so finding one isn't difficult at all. But what really separates the ordinary from the extraordinary is the condition and any special minting errors that might be present. Most Texas quarters you come across in circulation have been well-used scratches, dings, and where reduce their value to just face value 25 cents. However, if you find one in uncirculated condition, especially one that has been professionally graded as MS-65 or higher, collectors will pay a premium. These coins retain their sharp details, brilliant luster, and overall pristine appearance, making them much more desirable. The real excitement for collectors comes with error coins. For the 2004 Texas quarter, Some of the rare and valuable errors include double die obverse or reverse errors, where the design elements appear doubled or shadowed due to a misalignment during the minting process. There are also off-center strikes, where the coin's design is partially missing because the blank planchet wasn't properly centered when struck. Another interesting variety to look out for is die cracks, tiny raised lines on the coin caused by cracks in the mint's dies. These cracks create unique patterns that make each coin different and special. Coins with these errors are scarce, highly sought after, and can command prices far above regular quarters. Collectors prize them because each error tells a unique story about the minting process and represents a limited piece of history. So, what's the value of a 2004 Texas quarter in today's market? A regular circulated coin is worth 25 cents, just like any quarter you use for everyday purchases. An uncirculated example can fetch anywhere from $3 to $15, depending on the coin's grade and condition. Proof coins, struck specifically for collectors with higher quality, can sell for around $10 to $20. If you're lucky enough to find an error coin, such as a double die or a significant off-center strike, it could be worth hundreds of dollars or even more at auction, especially if it's well-preserved and authenticated. If you're hunting for valuable quarters, always take the time to inspect your coins closely. Look for unusual doubling on letters or numbers, parts of the design that appear cut off, or raised lines that don't belong. A good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe is a collector's best friend for spotting these valuable errors. In conclusion, the 2004 Texas quarter is more than just a piece of currency. It's a slice of American history and a potential treasure for collectors. Whether it's the story behind the Alamo, the pride symbolized by the Lone Star, or the thrill of discovering a rare error, this quarter deserves a place in your collection. Number 4, we're taking a close look at a fascinating coin from the United States, the 2015 Kiss quarter. This quarter is part of the America the Beautiful series and highlights the unique beauty and rich history of the Kiss region. Whether you're a casual collector or a serious coin enthusiast, this coin has some interesting stories behind it that make it worth your attention. So, listen up carefully because you might just be sitting on a hidden gem. The 2015 Kiss quarter is a tribute to the stunning landscapes and cultural heritage of the Kiss area. On the reverse side, you'll find detailed artwork that showcases the natural beauty and wildlife that define this part of America. The intricate design reflects the pride and significance of the region, and it's a perfect example of the artistic effort the U.S. Mint puts into commemorative quarters. Now, what about rarity? The 2015 Kiss quarter was minted in large quantities, so in general, it's not considered a rare coin. Millions were released to the public. That said, the real value for collectors comes down to condition and the presence of any minting errors. If you have one of these coins that's circulated and shows signs of wear, it's usually only worth its face value, 25 cents. But if you have an uncirculated coin, one that looks fresh from the mint with no scratches or marks, then it can be worth significantly more to collectors. High-grade coins, especially those that have been professionally graded MS65 or above, can bring anywhere from $5 to $20 depending on the buyer and condition. Now, here's where things get really interesting for coin collectors, the error coins. Some 2015 Kiss quarters have been found with double die errors, where parts of the design appear doubled, like the lettering or key features of the reverse image. These mistakes happen when the coin is struck twice in slightly different positions, creating a unique and rare effect. Coins with this kind of error are highly prized because they are limited in number and stand out dramatically. Another type of error to look out for is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin blank isn't properly aligned during minting, resulting in part of the design being cut off or missing. These off-center coins are quite rare and can fetch a good price among collectors who love unusual and visually striking coins. Don't forget about die cracks, those small raised lines or fissures caused by cracks in the minting dies. While they might seem like defects, they actually make the coin more collectible because they are unique to that coin and show a piece of the mint's history. So what does all this mean in terms of value? A regular circulated 2015 Kiss quarter will usually be worth just 25 cents, the face value. However, an uncirculated coin with a clean finish can bring in around $5 to $20. And if you're lucky enough to find one with a significant error like a double die or off-center strike, you could be looking at $50 to several $100 depending on the rarity and condition of the coin. For collectors and coin lovers, the 2015 Kiss quarter is a must-watch. Whether you're searching through change or buying from a dealer, always examine your quarters carefully. Use a magnifying glass or loupe to look for any doubling, off-centering, or unusual lines that could hint at an error coin worth more than you think. Number 5 and last coin, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American history, the 2000 Maryland quarter. This quarter is more than just a 25-cent coin. It's a vibrant snapshot of Maryland's rich heritage and a prized collectible in the eyes of many coin enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, this coin has some hidden stories and potential surprises that you need to hear about. So, pay close attention, because your next valuable find might be closer than you think. The 2000 Maryland quarter is part of the famous 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008, celebrating the unique symbols and stories of each U.S. state. Maryland's quarter stands out with its beautiful reverse design featuring the Maryland State House, a symbol of the state's government and history. Surrounding the State House, you'll find the inscriptions Maryland, 2000, and Liberty, proudly representing the state's identity. What makes the Maryland quarter special? Well, first off, it was the third coin released in the 50-state quarter series, making it an early and popular issue among collectors. With over 540 million coins minted in Philadelphia alone, plus an additional 147 million from Denver, these quarters are fairly common. But don't be fooled. Rarity is not just about mintage numbers. It's about condition and unique features. For collectors, the most valuable Maryland quarters are those in pristine, uncirculated condition. Coins graded MS-65 or higher with sharp details and full mint luster attract strong demand and can sell for several dollars, sometimes reaching up to $10 or $15 depending on the market and grading. But the real excitement lies in the error coins. Some 2000 Maryland quarters were produced with notable minting errors, which can make them incredibly valuable. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die variety, where parts of the design, like the lettering or the State House details, appear doubled or slightly blurry due to a minting mistake. This kind of error is rare and highly prized by collectors because it's easy to spot and distinctively different from regular coins. Another fascinating error is the off-center strike. This occurs when the coin is struck off its intended axis, causing part of the design to be cut off or missing. These off-center Maryland quarters are highly collectible and can command a significant premium, especially if the misalignment is dramatic. Additionally, some coins show die cracks, tiny raised lines or fissures on the surface caused by cracks in the minting die. While these might look like imperfections, they actually add to the coin's uniqueness and value, making them appealing for collectors looking for one-of-a-kind pieces. So, what does all this mean in terms of value? A standard circulated Maryland quarter is usually worth its face value, 25 cents. However, uncirculated coins can range from about $2 to $15, depending on condition and market demand. If you're lucky enough to find a coin with mint errors like double die or off-center strikes, these can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100s at auctions or private sales, depending on the severity and rarity of the error. For any coin lover, the 2000 Maryland quarter offers a thrilling blend of history, artistry, and potential value. Always inspect your quarters carefully. Look for unusual doubling, misaligned designs, or cracks that might indicate an error coin. You might just turn a simple quarter into a valuable collector's item. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the 2000 Maryland quarter and want to discover more hidden gems in your pocket change, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. Happy collecting, and until next time, keep hunting those treasures.